Okay, I never owned a Neo Geo or anything relating to SNK back in 1995. During that time, we've only played Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition back on the Sega Mega Drive, and we was always told be happy about it. And most of the time, playing something as amazing as this game, despite its shortcomings. There was an arcade in a little shopping centre in Chatham around 95, 96 if I recall, and this one game was similar to Street Fighter, yet it was so different and so technically more impressive, to the point I have never seen a fighting game this good. I wanted it. I wanted this to play at home. But however, the game I'm talking about wasn't even on the Sega Mega Drive, and the closest to SNK games on the Sega Mega Drives was something on the lines of Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting and Samurai Showdown, which, being SNK games, were not easy to find on the system. And also, if you know the name Takara, you know most of those ports will end up being bad news, just like what they kind of done for the Battle Arena Toshinden games. Okay, but maybe not number 3. But you know, back then, since then, that one game amidst the other 2D fighters that existed in 95, like Cyberbots, Street Fighter Alpha, Samurai Showdown 3 and World Heroes Perfect, had a foothold in the fighting game boom in the 1990s. So what could this one game be that I'm talking about? Today we'll be reviewing King of Fighters 95 for the PlayStation. Enjoy! Okay, King of Fighters 95 is a fighting game developed and published by SNK that appeared on many platforms such as the Neo Geo MVS, Neo Geo AES, Sega Saturn, Sony PlayStation, Nintendo Game Boy and the Neo Geo CD. Is the game any good? Let's find out. So right off the bat, we start off with this really long ass loading splash screen of Kyo, and then it opens up a menu, and I'm thinking, okay, what do I do? Do I press game start? And so right off the bat we have 5 modes, which excludes practice. We have single play and team play, which is similar to the arcade modes. You have single versus and team versus, which initiates a 1v1 matchup between 2 players locally, and single all, which I'm assuming is like a survival mode. You know what? Don't care, probably not gonna play it. Okay, so the controls are standard for King of Fighters, with 4 buttons, each assigned to punch and kicks, with different varying degrees of strength. Circle and X are light punch and kicks, while triangle and square are more heavy punch and kicks, with the addition of charging your meter to maximum, which allows to use for special moves and the like. For the gameplay, it's pretty standard. Win all fights and progress. The roster have characters from most SNK games like Art of Fighting, Psycho Soldier, Fatal Fury, Ikari Warriors, some originals from the last game, including some new characters from other games such as Saisyu Kusanagi, Eiji Kisaragi, which from Fatal Fury, and introducing to the roster Rugal Bernstein. Each of these characters in their roster have respective moves and finishers. Now the music, I'm actually going to be honest, I have no words. Sure, there are some bangers, but personally they're kind of forgettable. Graphically, for 1995 standards, it's not all that bad, but here are the caveats that plagues this port alone. Like when I reviewed Samurai Showdown 3 for the system, there are a lot of missing frames of animation that makes the gameplay seem rather choppy. Also, I would like to add that there is plenty of fake transparencies and dithering that makes this seem like a rather poor effort, especially with the effects. Now, let's be honest, I know why you are all here. Let's do the Mai Shiranui test. And when I say this test, you will see difference in animation, and let's be honest, I know most of you fuckers want to see her and her bouncy characteristics. On the PlayStation, this game is not really a technical powerhouse as it would be on Neo Geo systems, and it shows. And this is kind of the same for most 2D fighters that appear on the PlayStation. And this kind of is a hindrance with the lack of animation, but that's not the only thing that also annoys me. You're going to be seeing these a lot, and trust me, it gets annoying. Yes, I understand loading is a thing, but the theme is where most of the fighting games port back then have to load in all the data of the stage, the data of the fighters, the music. I mean, sure, this makes sense for the most part, but it becomes so often that you'll see this way more than the game, and the loading is just way too fucking slow. Anyway, time for the verdict. Sure, everyone has their favourite King of Fighters game in existence. If you was to ask me what would be mine, it would definitely be not King of Fighters 95. And while other versions fared better, the PlayStation did not, with the fact that it received mid scores of 5 out of 10. And the fact that I even have this in my collection goes to show I am doing this so you don't have to play it. In fact, as much as other people have a fair fondness of this game, and I can see it, personally, considering it's a console version and not a, well, version on Steam, which is not really existing, sadly, or if this was arcades, like, I can see the appeal. Personally, I'm far to go to say that I don't like it, and I would just say just play a different version of any King of Fighters game on different platforms like Steam or Fightcade. But for what it's worth, I'm kind of glad I own this game, because even if the port isn't good, it's still a little keepsake in a memory. The pricing of these, if you're looking to buy, the Japanese versions complete can go up to between 15 and 40 quid, while PAL versions can reach up to 250. What? Boy, get the fuck out of here with that pricing. Fuck that noise. Hooray for Japanese imports. Anyway, that is all. Thank you for watching this shoddy review. If you liked what you saw, remember to like, comment and subscribe. Alright guys, that being said, I've been Saku. Fuck off.